On July 10th of 2023, Deepwoken had officially announced their roadmap, seemingly going silent about huge future updates soon after the release of Layer 2. The roadmap consists of hopes and promises of what's to come, ranging from world events to conquests and other ideas such as the Void Tower that Agamatsu likes to bring up from time to time, and a popular suggested feature called guild-based raids, as well as some recurring game modes that have been tested a lot during Deepwoken's lifespan, called Deepwoken Battle Royale. All of these ideas and features are all good news, as it shows that Monad Studios are still looking forward to updating Deepwoken and are not planning to give up on it, which is really promising to see. With all that being said though, there's a reoccurring theme within all of these ideas I listed. Is this truly Deepwoken? Now, what exactly do I mean when I say, is this truly Deepwoken? First, we have to go over the meaning of Scope Bloat. Scope Bloat is when the original scope of your project becomes bigger and bigger with more features, requirements, or additions where you actually start to lose focus on what was the original purpose of the work. Now, I don't exactly speak for everyone when I say this, but I am a firm believer that Deepwoken suffers from Scope Bloat. This largely stems from weekly updates that are done to the game. Although really good for player retention, it is unfortunately killing the game's original idea. Deepwoken in its current state is taking a small step forward with the addition of Layer 2 and one big step backwards with the additions of what seems to be big features like conquests. The game slowly but surely turned into a sandbox where you can create a build, use it in different game modes rather than an RPG where you can do things with your character in the game's set universe. From what I saw, the Deepwoken universe has a lot of ideas that can be explored upon, such as different luminance as well as subsequent layers. It isn't like the developers of Nomad Studios to have run out of ideas. Rather, their focus on the game is all over the place. You'll have weekly updates that introduce small things to do, such as the addition of Diluvian, or attempts at trying to diversify PvE interactions with the addition of attuned mobs. All really cool additions to the game, but is this truly Deepwoken? This then brings me to my next question for the Deepwoken developers themselves. Why haven't we received another expansion to the map, or at least attempts to it? As this more or less falls in line with what Deepwoken should have been and should continue to be. I'm not saying to release a whole luminance or a new layer with things to do in it, but why haven't we received partially made areas or at least a start to a new area? I know it's important for the builders of the game to closely work with their project's leads so that it properly fits the vision, but it has been nearly a year or longer. Surely at least 50% of Illuminant could have been completed by a single builder within that time. You have talented men on the team such as Zartania and Limebeard who could have done this without a doubt. They could have conjured up a map of good quality to expand the actual universe,
which I say is truly Deepwoken,
and what should have been the focus of the game after the release of Layer 2. Deepwoken's core systems are all done. They can virtually add anything they want in terms of map and expanding the play area of the game. The game, at least how it is, for better or worse, is a glorified sandbox. Deepwoken has been worked on for a total of 3 years, with it being an RPG and roguelike in mind. And as of last year, they completely changed the direction of what the game is going to become, which really is a slap to the face to the many players who were hoping for more. The Conquest update is going to be a pivotal point in Deepwoken's development, which will ultimately decide what direction the game is going to take. If the Conquest update is a success, the developers of Monad Studio may continue to push out updates that follow this type of scheme, which will scope bloat the game. If the update doesn't go as planned, I could see them going back and focusing more on the game's environment and world rather than features that farm player retention and replayability. Now, I am not saying there is a correct way to go about this, but I feel like the game's direction needs a lot more focus. At the end of the day, I wish for the best in the game. If you guys want to watch more of my content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and go ahead and click on one of the videos that appear on screen to show some love and support for me.